Hello, everybody. Good evening. It is Tuesday, December 9th. It's the monthly meeting of the planning board. If everyone could stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance. Oh. All right, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, the first item on the agenda is a Wagon Brew field change, minor modification request, minor parking lot paving change. Basically, the owner had requested an increase in the paved area to the left of the building. It was initially submitted in their stormwater calculations, but they had left it off due to cost concerns during the development of the building. As they got into the development, they decided that they were able to fit that into their budget, so they asked if they could go ahead and pave that area. So tonight, we wanted to just bring that up before the board. Jim and I had looked at it, and it seemed to make sense. We wanted your guys' opinion on that.
I drove by there. Looks fine to me.
Okay, good. All right, and it's basically, right now, it's an existing gravel road that's humongously big as it is anyhow. So all they're really doing is paving up in that area so they can make it easier to plow and for people to access the building, so it makes sense, so. Do we need to make a motion on this?
Yes.
Okay,
To
so,
approve it as a minor field
unless there's any, go ahead. Nope. And so I make a motion to approve the minor field change for 1380 Main Street paving site paving adjustment.
Second.
All right, motion's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, great. Next item on the agenda, which we move right on to our general code software update with Nicole, we reviewed that earlier, and that's the upgrade for I'm just giving them the background. For the software to update all of the bylaws in the town, and it'll be done by a separate vendor, and so I'll let Nicole speak to that.
Yeah, we had the first meeting with them. They will be addressing the zoning bylaws, the general bylaws, the subdivision rules and regulations, and the home rule charter. That will all become digitized. It'll take several months before they get started their draft. They have to go through the whole contract period, getting the contracts drafted and designed and signed by the select board, and they will then review it. They'll do the first review. They will make, they're gonna actually take care of making all the grammatical, typographical changes, the spelling corrections. Once they've gone through the first round of it, they will actually submit to us. They said anywhere from 50 to 150 questions. They will look for discrepancies. So they will be, they will then come back to us and say, okay, these are things that we found, these are suggestions we make, these are conflicts. So it'll actually be a good bonus to be going through this, having them go through it as the zoning bylaw review committee is going through it as well. They said it'd probably take about 12 to 18 months for it to be, before it's up and running. One of the interesting things that they did mention, they did show us how to do, is that once we have administrative access to it, once everything is up, like when we wanted to do the chicken bylaw, we could go in and literally type in the word chicken coop and pull up, plug, do we want it just for Norfolk County or the surrounding towns to us? And it would pull up every bylaw from all of these different, you could do it through all of their 150 whatever towns that they have, and look at copies of bylaws for.
Well, you and I did that when we looked at, when I did the large array solar, and you
Right,
did
but this,
the other one.
but
Yeah,
we had to go town by town.
Correct, yeah.
This, we could pull them all up from everything that they have, so that will make future research a lot easier, as well as the access for builders, homeowners, anyone that's wants to has a question on our bylaws, it's gonna be so much easier to find an issue. That you're literally just gonna type in, fence, and you'll get everything in the bylaw that has to do with fencing, so.
Cool. All right, great. Well, thanks for sitting in on that. I'll give a quick update. We did get a update from the planning director on items that are happening in Millis. We went through the ADU bylaw at town meeting, the FEMA flood map, same thing. We went through that at town meeting. 1073, the solar panels that they went back to work after a slight bump in the road. And Jim, is that done?
Yep.
So that work is all done?
For us it is.
Yeah.
But they're still under construction.
Yeah, so they're under construction down there on that. 114 Union Street, that one is the old Herman Shoe. That one, it looks like did they get the building permit on that?
So
Or
it's still in the process. I mean, there's a large sum that they still have to pay to the town towards the PFAS mitigation that we worked out with them. So I think they're still in the process of trying to get funding for everything to move forward.
Okay. Gateway, which is the building right at the edge of the Medfield line on 109, that one, the third building is substantially underway, as I drive by it every once in a while. So that looks like it's gonna be estimated completion in the spring. Cobble Knoll Estates, which is across from Black Cow, that's still underway. They're plugging away on that thing. Emerson Place, there's now 21 residential units. There was a change in ownership over there, so a different person now is leading the charge on getting that developed. 1060 Main Street, 40B, that one is in the final stages, and that's the one that was where Bada Bing's was. That one is just about done, and they anticipate completion. They say December. Looks like they're a bit out from that, but sometime nearby they'll have that done. 117 Main Street, Hammond Lane, that's over near the bowling alley. The property is going through a prospective sales process to a new developer. I'm not sure where that is, but that's what was happening last time. 725 Main Street, Storm Along Cider. They've received the building permit and nearing completion. I can see stuff from the outside, but I haven't seen much else going on, so.
So they were waiting, Mr. Chair, they were waiting for the gas company,
Oh, God.
and they were just on their list, and they're still on their
And they're
list.
still on the list. Okay, well, that would understand why they're held up, so I can understand that. 35 Main Street, Skippy's on the river, so the foundation's in place, and they're gonna start construction, so that looks like that's plugging along. And then the business district, the blueprint for creating a business district has been finished. And Nicole, did you have anything to add to that? Have you guys done any more than that?
Yeah, they've presented us with the blueprint. It's been forwarded to the select board. What the select board, what the next step will be really has to do with what the businesses in town decide. It's not something that the town would take on one way or the other. It's, here's what the businesses would do if they want to do a formal organization, or if they want to do it a little less formal. It shows the different paths, but it all really now falls into the lap of the businesses and what they would do. We are still working with that same consultant as far as getting the business permitting guide completed. There have been some glitches in getting that done, so hopefully that will be finished sooner than later.
Okay, sounds good. All right, with that, the next item on the agenda would be the meeting minutes. So I make a motion that we approve the meeting minutes of November 18th as written.
Second?
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, and,
Because I wasn't present.
oh, okay, you abstained? Okay, all right, great, and Alan abstained, all right. Actually, I don't remember you not being here, Alan, that. And what else?
Do anything to get out.
So we need to schedule a meeting for February, so we can do that. One other item, which I'm sure everyone saw, that the school renovation project did pass. So the good news is the town is gonna get around $60 million from the state to help fix up the middle high school. So that's a positive thing, so,
Mr. Chair,
yes, ma'am?
I'd like to just thank you and your committee for all the hard work that you put into that for the benefit of the town. It is money that we were gonna have to spend one way or the other, so we're walking out with much more than just some repairs. So I'd like to thank you.
Nope, and, well, and it was also, a lot of other people helped, you know, we sat in on the meetings, which, there was a lot of the folks that had got out there, that stood out there and held signs and, you know, got out the word, because, you know, we, as the committee, weren't necessarily, you know, we weren't actually able to be proponents of it and get out and do that work, and, there were a group of parents who got out there, and actually local people, actually people from even Glen Ellen, that got out, and they realized the benefit of, you know, getting money from the state for something that we were gonna have to spend money on anyhow, so hopefully it's, you know, the best value for the town. That was our motto, and, you know, that's what we're gonna work towards getting is, you know, when we're done, everyone will look at it and say, you know, hey, we got our money's worth, so.
I think most definitely, Mr. Chair, is if you look at a neighboring town that was in the same situation we were in, and their building was voted down, and now they're going through the process of starting to formulate their structure of how they're gonna go back to the town and get the funding for the, you know, the $10 million roof, the $30, you know, million for the HVAC system in the school that was rejected. So I think it was definitely, it was the right choice. I believe it was, anyways.
Yep, no, we, you know, so, like I said, hopefully, when we're all done, we'll look back and say, you know, we did the right thing, so. All right, well, I thank you very much for that. So, February, what do we have in February? 17th.
Quick,
Nope,
quick thing, the meeting in March will have to be March 3rd, because I won't be here the 10th, and the 17th is St. Patrick's Day, so in February, do you want to do maybe the 10th? Would that work?
Sure.
Sure.
So we have enough space in between till March 3rd,
all right, hold on, February 10th.
or February 3rd, whatever works for you folks.
Well, let's do the 10th.
February 10th?
February, yep, hold on, February, I don't want it on Saturday, I want it on the 10th, there we go. Okay, and then March, you said, let's do March while we're here anyhow?
3rd?
March 3rd, fine, that's fine with me. Oh, actually, I want that one, okay. All right. Okey dokey. All right, unless there was anything else, I make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
All right, motion's been made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays.